Okay, so I love YouTube. When I was a kid, I got an iPod Touch with the built-in YouTube app, and my parents didn't want me watching YouTube at the time, but I remember finding a way to bypass the parental controls my dad had set up so I could watch YouTube anyway, and then hide the app again when I was done watching Mail Time with Smosh or whatever. I've also been making videos since I was 9 years old. I've made everything from vlogs and vacation videos to terrible action shorts, and even a video essay once for university. There's a YouTube channel out there with Minecraft videos from when I was 12, and I've posted content here and there in the context of my job for a while now, but there's always been a part of me that wanted to make an actual YouTube channel. I never knew how I wanted to do it though. I tend to be pretty private. I prefer not to show my face online too much if I can help it. I'm not much of an illustrator and it's not a skill I'm desperate to learn, so doing something like Jaden Animations or The Odd Ones Out wasn't gonna happen. Plus I never really knew what I'd want to talk about or do on my channel, so I always figured being a YouTuber was kind of out of the question for me. Recently though, I started discovering channels I really like. People like Mads, Jay the Dev Guy, and Reject Convenience, to name a few, who have their own niches obviously, but they kind of talk about whatever they want, and they do it using 3D as a medium to tell their stories, and for some reason that really resonated with me. I've messed around in Blender here and there every few years since I was young, usually to use it for a specific thing, but I never spent time to actually learn the software, despite it being something that actually really interests me. So at the very end of 2025, I decided I was going to start properly learning Blender. I made my pilgrimage to the Blender Guru YouTube channel and I went through the donut tutorial as one must. I started finding tutorials on different styles I wanted to try. I even made my first full scene, and then I kind of got stuck. You can really make whatever you want in 3D, and that makes it a little daunting to figure out what to do next. So I spent some time roaming around a little bit, getting stuck in tutorial hell and not making very much. So I decided to start documenting. Probably good to start recording my journey. We'll see what happens. So I've made this model, but today I want to rig it. Maybe I'll edit this down, or I don't know, maybe it'll end up in the video.
Then we want to go to basic, basic human. The reason we want the basic human meta rig is because I want to select this.
Yeah, look at him go.
So that is awesome. However, you might be noticing.
I learned how to model and rig characters. Then I learned how to do it again, but differently. Then at some point I decided to try making another scene based on a painting I saw on Instagram. I took a quick break from that when my friend and I decided to start a new music project together, and I decided to take on making the visuals for it. Then I came back to my characters, changed them up a little bit. I took another break from that to learn more about compositing, you know, learning as I go. I also made a new Instagram account early on and started just following artists I like and discovering new ones, getting inspired by their work, their styles, their way of approaching creation. I think it's tempting as an artist to want to be wholly original all the time, but I don't really subscribe to that idea. All art comes from somewhere, and even if you're not taking inspiration from artists you actively follow, you're taking inspiration from life and nature and the ads on the subway and the covers of the books in your parents' house. I get a lot out of looking at artists that I like and seeing what they do, and if I'm going to be taking it all in, I, like to be a little intentional about it too. Still, as of making this, I have a few unfinished scenes, some ideas in my mind, but getting started is hard, and following through seems to be just as hard. I work in a creative industry, and I've been making stuff for well over 15 years at this point, so none of this is new to me, but it doesn't really make it any easier. Thankfully, after over a decade of learning how to create things, I've learned that the best way to stay motivated to learn is to do things that seem interesting to you in the moment. That's kind of just what art is all about. The process is the reward. In the last few months, I've learned and acquired more knowledge about 3D than I ever thought was possible, and even this early in the process, that feeling of satisfaction I get looking back on where I was like 3 months ago and comparing it to where I am now makes me feel happy, and that makes me want to follow through. So after a little while of feeling lost, I got back to working on this. Me. I finished up the design, I rigged him again, then I rigged him again. Seriously, rigging alone took me like a week to get right, and even now there are some serious issues with my rig. And then I built 2 sets. I know I like this general composition, but I'm not sure which one to choose, but that's okay. I'm still not sure how I want my videos to look. There's still so much I want to try out, like putting my avatar inside of real footage or photos, or changing up the style to be like more full-on retro PSX, but again, that's okay. That stuff is fun for me. When I first started writing the first draft of this video, I hadn't even started learning 3D yet. I wrote the script as a way to motivate me to finally do this for myself, and since you're watching this video now, it means I actually went through with it. I actually spent the time to learn the skills necessary to make this video happen, and that makes me pretty happy and proud of myself. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this channel yet, but that's okay as well. I want to talk about things that matter to me. I have some baby scripts in the works, and a few ideas floating around. Among other things, I want to get back into playing video games, and this channel might end up being something that facilitates that for me. In the last couple years, I went through some stuff that, kind of fundamentally changed my perspective on life and art and creativity, and part of that was accepting that not having a plan is fine, and sometimes even better because it opens you up to experimentation and trying things out. I kind of view this video as proof that I can do it, no matter how long it takes, so hopefully I can stay on this path, keep learning, and make more videos down the line. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.